Yeah, let's see if this works. Got a few things. See if notifications go out. See if this offers or whatever. All right. I know Pale Rider said wait a minute, but I need to get this done before before I needed to take off, because we don't do live streams while driving. It's not kosher. But I got a few things I want to talk to you guys about. It's kind of serious, actually. Get some people in here and then we'll talk. So, and for the record, here's the deal, man. You know, guys, I've always been kind of positive, even keeled, and I'm still trying to do that. You know, Tex Crowley kind of made a point that you got to be like a duck. I know it's a quote from Convoy. Smooth on the surface and paddle like hell underneath, and that's kind of what we got to do, because we don't want to raise fears, we don't want to raise anxiety, we don't want to raise stress, because stress is the enemy of the body. But you also have to be real, and you also have to, if you're going to fight a war, you got to be prepared, you got to know you're ready, you got to know. You got to pay attention to little things that could help you that maybe some people, other people haven't noticed. So, two things I want to mention. And I'll get to the comments, guys. I'm not reading comments for now because I want to stay focused, okay? So we'll do the shout out in the comments once I get kind of calmed down here. I posted an article on Facebook from a TV station talking about Walmart, Target, and Costco. Here, I'll read the article to you guys. To stop in-person sales of non-essential products in Vermont. In other words, what are they considering non-essentials? Clothing, electronics, books, furniture, and sporting equipment. Now you can still order online and go in, and go to the Walmart pickup or whatever and grab it. But here's the point of that. Costco in some states and Home Depot have now implemented only 2 people allowed in the store at a time. 2 people. Now, this isn't so much about the virus, it's more about the economy of the things that I'm going to tell you, okay? Now, the virus threat, the biggest part that I worry about is at the grocery stores, is at the, when I go to Walmart to get my groceries for the week, that kind of thing. That is the biggest problem, because, they're implementing no more than 10 people in a lot of these places, except for grocery stores, right? Here's the economic implications of limiting 2 people to a store, or limiting what they can sell. Think about that. We're a capitalist, free country, and now the retailers are being told what they can or cannot sell. That raises an alarm right there. Now, what really sparked this live feed is Dre, is a YouTube channel. Guy used to be a driver. He used to be a Schneider IC. Really cool guy. Met him in person there in Indy, at the Indy Yard. Well, he got off that, and now he runs mail from, I forget where, but around Louisville. And he is a big time stock market guy. I watch probably only like 5% of his videos because at this point in time, my interest in the stock market is low, so I really don't watch him, even though he's a really good guy. Um, but he did a video today that kind of I took notice and watched. It was only 8 minutes long. But this is Dre. That's the name of the YouTube channel. And Dre, if you're watching, hope you're doing well. He said something, and he noticed the same thing I noticed yesterday. During the press conference yesterday, there's two things that I took note of what Trump said. Okay. We are not getting political. I repeat, we are not getting political. I don't care if you love Trump or hate Trump. Doesn't matter. You have to pay attention. You have to put aside your love or prejudice, and you have to look at the actual words that he is saying. Okay? He said two things. He said for America to prepare for a hard 2 weeks. And Dre came up with the point, why not 3 weeks? Why not 1 week? Why not 2 months? At the same time, they made a big deal about a big addition of military to fight the drug cartels, which are trying to infiltrate the weakened American system. Danger, distraction, and a warning. A warning of 4 to 5 million people unemployed. And at the same exact time, I see this article on Facebook where now they're limiting on what the stores can sell. Now they're limiting, which I understand why. They don't want a bunch of people in there just all willy-nilly, going clothes shopping, spreading the virus around, whatever. I get that. Okay. So I'm not criticizing that. But it's interesting to see the game pieces put in place. I'm not a tinfoil hat guy. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not, but I also don't trust everything that's being said, right? And again, I'll get to the comments here. So when the big box stores are being limited on what they sell and on how much they sell, a lot of these 24-hour stores are now like 10 hours or 12 hours. And people start getting sick at these factories where they'll shut factories down. Now, here's the other thing that I've taken as a warning. TQL laid off 500 people. Yesterday, I was under a TQL load last night, and I was praying that I was going to go in detention, because if I did, probably wouldn't be able to do anything about it. Because it's been extremely hard to get a hold of someone at TQL. Does that not raise the flag when you're not being bombarded with 15 check calls and it's hard to get someone on the phone? One of the biggest brokerages in the world. Keep Trucking laid off 300 some odd employees. What do they see coming? Every day that we go through for the next 2 weeks, here's my theory. For the next 2 weeks, the military is stepping up for something. The unemployment rate is going to go through the roof. 4 to 5 million projected. Your investments are going to take a tumble. That's why I suggest if you make investments, do it in real estate. And If you haul non-essential things, your days are numbered. If you haul essential things, it's going to be extremely competitive, to the point that a lot of carriers that normally don't haul that stuff are going to enter that market. Their companies are going to do anything they can to stay afloat, so they will undercut each other until you just absolutely can't move anymore for that rate. I'm not trying to create anxiety. I'm trying to give you a realistic picture of my observations. Now, hopefully 6 months from now, we can like go back and replay this video and go, Steve, you're so wrong. You're such an idiot. I want that video done. I want someone to make the video that says, Steve, you were wrong. You're an idiot. So what does that mean? Okay, so basically what I'm saying is that a storm is coming and it's here. The president has warned you. The military has warned you. The CDC has warned you. People are really sick. People are really dying. It's not a hoax. It's not a fake thing. The only thing you got control of right now is how you react to that. How do you react to that? Because it's your reaction that's going to mean the difference of happiness, healthiness, stability, safety. That's what you're looking at. The storm is coming. They've shut down shipping lanes. That's exactly right, Pamela. If you're a business owner, you have to analyze whether it's trucking or, making clocks. You have to analyze how long can you survive when everything is shut down. Now, everybody's like, well, they can't shut down trucking because we're the lifeblood of the country, blah, blah, blah. That's true. That's absolutely true. But when half the truck drivers are out of work, the supply chain's still going to move. You can have a full-blown, like, contagion movie style epidemic, and you still need trucks to take things from one point to another. We as a country are not self-sufficient. There was a time in this country that we made a lot of our own products. We didn't have to rely on any outside aid. We were an isolationist company, or country, not company, country. And most things that were trucked back in 30, 40, 50 years ago were only trucked because you couldn't make said product. Like, they only shipped pineapples out of Hawaii because if someone in New York wanted a pineapple, that was the only way you get it. You can't grow pineapples in New York, right? It's a lot of the trades that we used to have are now gone. Like you used to get steel from Pennsylvania. You used to get potatoes from Idaho. You used to get watermelons from New Mexico. I mean, a lot of that stuff still exists. But when you have an overabundance of trucks, you only need 1,000 trucks to ship watermelon 1 week, and there's 3,000 looking for loads. What do you think that's going to do to the rates? Will you still be able to get watermelon? How many people are actually going to still buy watermelon? If you only allow 2 people in a Costco at a time, how fast is produce going to go? You're not going to have the volume of buying that you did before. Summertime, what do you do in the summertime? You go to picnics, 4th of July kind of, celebrations, and, and all these things sell watermelon, right? Just like, beverage and snacks. That is a huge part of our economy that has had a single blow hit to it by no sporting events, no conventions, no shows, no concerts. Think about that. It's not just the fact that the truck drivers that drive the tours are out of work. It's the fact that the people that do the tours are out of work. The people that put up the stage lighting, the people that run the sound, the people that make sure that you're in your right seat. Those people are all out of work. And all the sales associated with that, beverage, merchandise, food. Think about that. One of the biggest things that we make in this country are paper products and food products. That's our MO now. Less food. Now, we're still needing paper products. And a lot of those resources are being moved over to mass PPE, stuff like that. How do you get rid of cancer? The way the medical field does it is they kill the body and hope that the cancer dies first. Most people, when they die of cancer, they die because they succumb to the illnesses that occur from the treatments. That's what happened to my dad. This has the potential to do this. And I'm telling you, with every fiber of my being, that all the little piddly stuff that you're worried about, all the little tit for tats and squabbles and distractions are going to go by the wayside. Because we will all be in survival mode. The president literally said, prepare for a rough 2 weeks. And I want you to pay attention, not to the news, but to the press conferences and what they're saying. And the local laws, not everybody's worried about this federal martial law. That's not what you got to worry about. What you got to worry about is what your local government's doing. What is your mayor doing? What is your governor doing? What are your senators doing? There are some states that are limiting, like, any stores from being opened. There are some states and counties where they're limiting, like the Louisiana governor trying to say you can't sell alcohol or guns or ammo. There are constitutional rights that are being interfered with. We are losing our freedoms day by day for an enemy that we can't even see. You have all this misinformation, and you do have anxiety attacks induced by the over reporting of news. Let's talk about the death trailers, the trailers of the reefer trailers that are, poised at hospitals for overabundance of death. That's meant to scare you, so you stay home. You don't do anything. Yes, the press is trying to scare you. Is that a tactic? Yes. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to tell you, you need to get your affairs in order. You need to figure out a plan, both physically, mentally, and financially. And you have to be at peace with yourself. Because one of the best ways to fight a virus, to fight disease, is to boost your immune system. So now's the time to eat healthy. Now's the time to quit smoking. Now's the time to get your weight under control. Now's physically healthy. When you're sick of all the YouTubers like me telling you the reality of the situation, you're sick of all the Facebook posts that are creating anxiety to yourself, find the YouTube videos, find the Facebook posts that all are about enhancing positive stuff for your mind. how can you build your immunity up emotionally? Because in the end, that's might be the only thing you got. You know, if you see a news report talking about how people are dying in the hospital with no loved ones around them, use that as a motivator. Use that fear as a motivator to better yourself. That's the best thing you can do. Use the fear of financial collapse to better yourself. Use the fear of disease to better your health. Use the fear of looting and rioting to make the steps to protect yourself. Use this as a positive. This is a reset. The entire world just went boink. And what is freaking everybody out is no one knows what to do. All predictions are off. All bets are off. Whatever plans you had in 2020, they're gone. No mats, no gats, no trucker jamborees, no sporting events. Nothing. If you have a job now and you're essential, be grateful that you have it now, because it may not be there in 2 weeks. Who knows? But there's something to be said about what he said about that 2 weeks. Dre brought up a really good point. And the most important thing you can do is to not panic. Because if you're panicking, if you got anxiety right now, look at the root of what your anxiety, where's it coming from? Where is that fear rooted? Once you figure out where that fear is rooted, go after it. I'm not saying GATS is canceled yet, Pale Rider, but it's only, the writing's on the wall. They already canceled the trucker jamboree at the Petros. I know at least the one in Oak Grove, Missouri. Anxiety is. If it's mental, then you need to fix yourself mentally. If it's a fear of financial ruin, put yourself in a position that you can try to, okay, what if I'm homeless? What if what will I do if I lose everything? Can you live off the land? Do you have land to live off of? I know not everybody has that. People in the bigger cities freaking out because they got nowhere to go. People in New York City got nowhere to go. There was people like that live in these small apartments that you pay $100,000 a year for in New York City. They have nowhere to wash their clothes. Laundromats are closed. You know what I mean? Let's go with the comments here. I want to know your guys' thoughts. You've probably been telling me the thoughts, but I just haven't been reading them. So let's go with that. Okay, we'll do some shout outs here. You guys have been commenting. Jonathan Wheeler, Trucker Stable. No, I didn't see that video yet. Trucker Stable, when'd you tag me? Pale Rider TV is pretty trippin'. Big Orange is 50 cents off the pump now. Good deal. Nomadic Trucker, what's up? Troy says Trump 2020. Marty is obsessed with hashtag KW. Big Rich, I have no problem with any of this. The narcotics fight is a ruse. I agree, Pamela. Get rid of the consumer culture. Get rid of our dependency on foreign nations. Put military on the border. Denise White. What's up? Bruce Kennard. Mike Miller, Jonathan Wheeler, 6.6 million filed for unemployment last week. Just saw that headline come across my phone. There it is. I haul fat girl food. I'm good. TJ Jones, Big Houston. Little Vine Coach just read Minnesota has gas under $1 a gallon. Well, you guys saw gas for under $1. Think about that. They've shut down shipping lanes. Yes. By shipping, boats, right? Pale Rider will make the Steve's an Idiot video. Awesome. Spoiler, it's all in God's hands. That's the other thing. Get your spiritual health up. Do you have any kind of faith whatsoever? Because faith gives you hope. And sometimes that's the only thing you got left. A person that commits suicide is because they lost all hope, right? So where are you spiritually? Do you have spiritual health about you? You know, when my dad was on his deathbed, the hospital brought in this minister and was able to basically create a peace that he can die with. I'm not saying you're going to die. I'm just saying that he gave him a glimpse of hope that there's something better on the other side. And so to be spiritually healthy is incredibly important. I did not pass you. Oh, Thomas Wilson. That's what Trump wants, for America to become more or less self-sufficient again, says TJ. I agree. No beaches, right? It is what it is. These are the days my parents always said the plan for. I will survive. There you go. Adult movies gone? Okay. I would think the number of people allowed in at once would be based on store square footage until people entering a 6-foot buffer zone yourself and other people. That's true, Truck Stable, but that's not my point. My point is that if people are limited, in other words, if a Walmart store normally has 1,000 people a day go through it, and now they've only got 200 because they're only getting essentials 2 at a time, that volume creates less stuff that has to be made. That's the part I was getting to with that. On AR-15 as we speak. Big Rich, what do you think I'm going to do with some of that Trump money? I'm out of work and I approve it. Automotive drivers like myself out of work, who's going to buy cars anytime soon? Right. Doom and gloom. Thomas Wilson, I'm not trying to be doom and gloom. I'm trying to be a realist here. And this is probably the most people I've had in the live feed in quite a while, so evidently my message is getting out there. Read between the lines, watch the other hand, right? Light Bright says, preach. Daniel got a haircut? Question mark. Yes, he did. Did you see the guy who tried to run a train into the merchant in Los Angeles? Yeah, watch SoCal's video. So what Little Bike Coach is talking about, there was a guy, a train engineer, that thought if he could get the train fast enough and he can get it off the tracks, he could ram into the ship, the hospital ship that's in the California Bay. That's that mental health aspect. That guy was so stressed out and so freaked out that he lost himself and thought that he can make a train fly into a ship. Think about that. That is why it's real important to have some kind of plan to help yourself, not just physically through this, but mentally through this, and spiritually too. My city council last night passed resolutions from the 300,000 budget for emergency relief for businesses in town, loan possible grant with 1% interest. I bet Hollywood will make a movie about this virus. They already did, Big Houston. It's called Contagion. It's a 10-year-old movie. My city is fighting over a newspaper article about kids playing basketball in a city park. Couple married, 51 years, both died within 6 minutes of each other. No gats, haven't heard that. That is the threat. It is local and ready to confront them. Don't get walked on. Be a voice and tell them when they're going overboard. I'm going to retire soon and drive my motor coach around and go fishing and wear flip-flops and some whacking weed, all I want. Says Thomas, see you there. Hopefully, welcome back. They moved the date of the Indianapolis 500. Cajun Trucker, good morning. There is a gut-brain connection. Fix your gut with probiotic foods like sauerkraut will calm your anxiety. Absolutely, old Viking coach. I've been taking probiotics, and I've also been a lot of sauerkraut, kimchi. Carolyn, the author of this book, will tell you that. That's probably the most important thing that she's done. David says, I see lots of schools having 5G installed against our wishes. Good morning. Greeting from Gary, Indiana. We have nothing to fear because Jesus already won the victory, says Shauna. Scott, my biggest issue with all this is the trampling on my constitutional rights. Those are non-negotiable as far as I'm concerned. Absolutely, Scott. Welfare office. Says tequila. My brother has a construction company and literally carries a 6-foot stick to keep his workers away when they ask questions. 50 thumbs up, big text. Rob, are you doing better? Rob, tell me please you're doing better. I didn't want to call you because I'm trying to talk to me while trying to breathe. But I hope you're doing better. Does this suck? Yes. Are we out of control? Are circumstances happening beyond our control? Yes. Are we losing a lot of freedoms that we're used to? A lot of luxuries? Yes. And these people that say it's just another flu, or it doesn't kill as many people as the flu, you're missing the point. The point is the reaction is real. The videos you see are real. The people, you will start knowing people that will be sick. That's real. The press conferences, read between the lines. Watch the little things, because when Trump, who's been kind of a cheerleader, saying, "Yay, the country's we're gonna fight this, we're gonna defeat this, we're gonna everybody do their patriotic duty and don't go out and all this stuff, rah rah rah," and then he all of a sudden says, "Prepare for a hard 2 weeks." What does he know that we don't? There's probably a ton of stuff he knows that we don't know, that we're not being told. When the cheerleader, the coach of the team says, "Prepare for hard times," that wording. Getting there, 90%. Good deal. Good deal, Rob. Six feet under, kind of ironic. Willie's moped. Yep. Kimchi is amazing. Brain food is yummy. Yeah. Man, there's this brand in a glass jar that Walmart used to carry. And Suddenly it disappeared. They got this new brand that's in this plastic bottle. And it's not as good. It's saltier. It's not as fermenty, it seems like. So the hazmat movie scenes at the hospital is real. Yes. Ralph Floto in here, he was talking about how when he was picked up in the ambulance, they were in hazmat suits. Trump can't tell us everything publicly. It's like telling the whole world every time he speaks. Right. I understand that, David. That's true. Can't believe some people still believe 9/11 is an inside job, says GP. Zippered rooms and everything. Yep. Look, guys, I'm not trying to be all doom and gloom. I'm just saying that you got to prepare for yourself, not just physically, but you got to prepare physically, mentally, spiritually. That's the only way you're going to get through this. How you react is the only way you're going to get through this. And that's it. You can't panic. We're in a burning building. What do? If you panic, you're dead. If you think logically and quickly, and you had a plan in place, you're going to be able to exit that burning building problem. That's the reality of the situation we're in. Like Coach Ahmed, it should slow down with warmer weather. The tropical countries are not getting hit as hard. Well, the other aspect, Little Viking Coach, is the masks. I was thinking about getting one of them biker masks that go like all the way down. So, good advice. Stay calm and prepare. Exactly, Bob. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to get at. And if you have fear and anxiety right now with the things that I'm telling you, find the root. You know, and here's what I'm talking about. So, when I was close to 400 pounds, I would wake up in the middle of the night with anxiety. The what ifs. What if the ambulance comes and they can't get me out of this bed because I'm too fat? What if, how hard would it be to get a 400-pound guy out of a truck? What if, one of the reasons why I didn't want to get in the truck was because I didn't know if I would survive to the end of the payments. What if I die tomorrow and the family's left with this $150,000 truck in the driveway that they can't do anything about? So I made steps to make sure. I looked at what my valid fears were. One was the health, so I worked on that, and I'm still working on that. And the second one was not put myself in a position where my wife's having to worry about a $150,000 truck. If I die tomorrow, she only has to worry about 15 grand. I have health insurance or life insurance for that. And what are the insurance implications that this is going to do? How much life insurance is going to have to be shelled out when you got a large number of people dying at once? Virus can live in areas like beard, so you need to shave it off. I've already cut my hair super short. I think you're reading too much into this. I think the message was that we are going to hear a ton of people die, and maybe many we know. The next 2 weeks, New York will apex, and people will not handle it well. There you go. Overtaxed Minnesota. Man, that deserves a wrench, because you just quoted Iron Maiden. But anybody who loves Iron Maiden is okay in my book. Eddie, you might be right. But still, it's still something that we have to prepare for. I do believe you would be foolish not to prepare for the worst. Right. Man, I'll tell you what, preppers and germaphobes are like, yeah. I mean, think about that. It's like, I remember a guy made fun of me at the Petro in Oak Grove, Missouri. A germaphobe. And he didn't wash his hands after leaving not the urinal, but the stall. And I saw somebody do that yesterday. That's just gross on a regular day. Wrenches for fixing things over text. I'm so prepared, and nobody's laughing at me now. There you go. I'm prepared for buying a lot of Mountain Dew and Doritos. Hey, whatever floats your boat, Food Mooch. I believe that you were the most prepared person at Matt's. You had Mountain Dew, Doritos, and firearms. I didn't call this one morning coffee thoughts. But these are my thoughts. And we're gonna keep this video short. I gotta look for Friday's loads. So I gotta look for something Friday, and I need to be off YouTube. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. That's my message today. Check out This Is Dre. Check out some of the stuff I've posted on Facebook. Read between the lines. Watch the press conferences. If you want to watch what's going on with the virus stuff, with no biased opinions or no commentary from the press, subscribe to the White House on YouTube. And they also don't allow live comments, which, every now and then I'll watch the press conference on Fox Business or on Freight Broker Live. And, Freight Broker Live doesn't have really a whole lot of comments, but on Fox Business, the comments are just like, oh my gosh, we're doomed. So, prepper sites are completely sold out. The Medic Trucker says, no, I'm not cutting the beard off. Go watch Blue Collar Logic about the mask. Go watch that. But Michael Smith, what's up? So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Just to reiterate, it's not just staying healthy from the virus. It's staying healthy for yourself, staying healthy for your family. But also, you got to be mentally, physically, and financially prepared for what's coming. And it's coming. See you.